If you're watching this video, you're probably in your late teens or your early 20s and you feel like you're meant for more, but what you lack is a clear path. This is the same position I was in less than 2 years ago. This is the business model I used to leave my 9 to 5 and start stacking cash. Appointment setting is this new business model, this new buzzword that you've heard going around, and you don't really know what it is, how legit it is, or if it even works at all. So I'm going to show you how real it is, how it works, and how you can get started and start printing money from your phone today. I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you the best way to get to $10,000 a month in the high ticket sales industry using this skill. I'm going to use Razvan, for example. He's a big YouTube automation guy on Instagram, and he teaches people how to make money with YouTube automation. And as you can see in his bio, he has a call to action telling people to DM him. People are going to see his content, see his stories and his bio, and they're going to DM him, asking him for help, asking him questions like, what is YouTube automation? How does it work? Can you help me get started? Now, as you can see, he has 1 million followers. Now, do you think someone with 1 million followers has time to get back to each and every single individual that is reaching out to him? Of course not. So someone like Razvan is going to employ appointment setters and get them to book in his appointments. Yes, Razvan is going to hire someone like you to sit in his DMs and answer people in his DMs. These are people who are already interested in buying his program, buying his product, or whatever it is that he offers. For example, someone could literally message him, hey, how does YouTube automation work? And you would reply, hey, you just basically outsource YouTube content and you scale it and then you get paid based on the views that you get. They would say, that sounds awesome. Easy, man. Well, when I started, I needed a bit of guidance. I needed a bit of help. Would you be open to jumping on a call with someone from the team to see how we can actually assist you in getting started? For sure, man. That sounds good. Calendly link sent. Boom. You've just set an appointment. And if that deal closes, you will then make a commission. That is your entire job right there. It's the easiest thing that you will ever do. You're literally typing on a screen, something that you do already anyway for free, but you're just getting paid for it. And this isn't some annoying, pushy, in your face, cold calling sales. This is literally people who are coming to you saying, help me. And all you need to do is say, yes, I can, book a call in. Like I said before, I cannot stress this enough. You're already spending time glued to your phone, but you're ignorant enough to believe that people aren't making money from their phone. Do something productive. If you're going to use your phone, use it to make more money. Within the next month, you can stop DMing random people for free, and you can start DMing people and making 3, 4, or even $10,000 a month. So how does it actually work and how do people actually make money? For example, let's say an offer is $6,000. The average setting commission rate is 5%, and 5% of $6,000 is $300, meaning that you can make $300 a day even if you just set one call a day by sending DMs for a few hours. Now, you may be thinking, oh, it's too good to be true, it's got to be BS. But let me explain to you why this is actually a viable business model and why people pay for this type of skill. These businesses only survive when they make money. In order for those businesses to make money, they need to have sales calls booked and they need to have sales calls closed. Without those two things, they are not going to make money. Now, their sales reps don't even have calls to take if appointment setters aren't booking calls onto their calendar. So these businesses are more than happy to pay an appointment setter just 5% of that deal in order to make sure they actually have sales calls booked, thus making them actually able to make money. Understand, it takes one good offer, one good opportunity, one good client for you to make 6 figures a year. Not only that, but you put yourself in a position to become a closer for that company as well, where you can make even more money. So enough yapping, how do you actually do it? The first thing you need is someone to work for. You need a client. You need someone that's going to actually let you get in their DMs and send DMs for them. So how do you find this client? But not only just any client, but the client that's going to pay you 6 figures a year because they've already got that earning potential in their business. Step 1 is to make sure that your social media, aka your resume, is set up correctly. People now hire you based off your social media. If you look like a waste man, or you look like you're not serious, or you're drinking with your boys, you're not going to get hired. No one's going to take you seriously. You need to look like a professional, and your Instagram and your social medias need to be dialed in. On top of this, if you've got some sort of a personal brand, or you've posted content, or you've got a following, this is going to help you a ton when it comes to getting a sales opportunity. Don't post high ticket closer, appointment setter all over your Instagram, because really good sales reps don't do that shit. They're just their name, maybe sales in their bio, that's it. Once your profile is dialed in and it looks as good as mine, if not better, then it is time to start reaching out to clients. Firstly, you want someone with around 30,000 followers or more. You want an influencer. You don't want some sort of faceless company. Yes, you can work, but this won't normally be through social media where you're getting those kinds of roles. If you want to get into remote high ticket sales, you want to find an influencer who sells some kind of digital product, be it coaching, consulting, mentorship, or so on. Then you want to reach out to them and ask if they have any room on their sales team. Now, there are plenty of accounts out there with 100, 200, 300k followers, but they're bought, and you can see that it doesn't really get good interactions. You can see that it's not really organic or that strong of a following. So you want to make sure you're kind of vetting them, seeing how many views their things get, seeing how much lead flow they actually have onto their Instagram and their social medias, because this is what's going to be feeding you leads to book in. Once you've found someone who you think could potentially be a good client, the next thing you need to do is check that they actually have a high ticket offer. And you do this by simply going to their bio. If there is a link in their bio that allows you to schedule a Calendly call, that means they sell a high ticket offer. Like I said, you want to make sure they're legitimate. The other ways to make sure that someone is legitimate is to check their testimonials, check their results, and actually cross-reference all their results and their testimonials with their product. Go get independent reviews of their product, see if it is actually a good product. If it is, then you can go ahead and do your outreach. Also, have a look at this person's content. Go on their YouTube, go on their Instagram, get to understand who they are, and see if you even think this would be a good fit for you potentially. Once you've found someone that checks all the boxes, you want to start sending outreach messages, but you don't want to just send them a message saying, hey, can I please be an appointment setter for you? Because people message me and say, oh, do you need an appointment setter? Sure. Shitty outreach message. No one cares, Rev. Reach out and say, hey, Mark, I love your content. I've been following you for X amount of time. I just got finished watching your podcast with Mark. I really love what you said about X. I don't know if you have anyone handling your DMs right now, but I would love to come in and help you book in 50 more calls every single week as an appointment setter on your team. Let me know if you have room for that. If you send this message 50 to 100 times a day, you're bound to get someone that gives you an opportunity. And this is really the hardest part of the entire process, is just getting your first role. Everything after that is kind of downhill. Now, make sure you're not just sending out a bunch of random messages, but make sure you're also following up with the clients that you've reached out to already. At some point, one of these people is going to reply to you and potentially give you the opportunity to get on an interview with someone from their team, where you're going to have a conversation to see if you're a good fit for their team. Once you get onto this interview, just be yourself. Don't be nervous. Don't be jittery. Don't just be posted up in your garage or something. Look presentable, look professional. And just be honest. Say if you have experience. If you don't have experience, say, hey, like, we both know this is the easiest thing ever. I just know I'm more hungry than anyone else you're going to talk to. Just give me an opportunity and I'll prove to you how good of a appointment setter I can be. I'm never going to say anything stupid. I'm never going to burn any leads, and you'll get more book calls than you've ever had before. Now, I've taught you how to be an appointment setter just by watching this video, because that's my goal. I've had people message me and say, hey bro, I watched X video and I got my first appointment setting role, which warms my heart that you guys are getting results just by watching my content. Right, but I'm going to explain to you now how I got all my roles and how I recommend to everyone else to get their roles. I obviously want to be as transparent and truthful with you guys, and I want to tell you how I actually landed my first roles. When I first got into this industry, I didn't do it by sending 50 to 100 cold DMs a day. I didn't do it by going into Facebook group comments and looking for a role. I told you how to do it for no barrier to entry, but this is what I actually recommend, and this is what I did. I personally got all my sales roles through my network and my connections through an agency that I joined, and I personally don't think there is a better way to get roles than this. When I first got into sales, I paid my mentor to mentor me and to join his sales agency, and through joining his sales agency, not only did I get trained, mentored, and experience from working with him, but I also was able to build the connections, the networks through the agency, because he obviously worked with clients, to get onto a goldmine offer straight away, which is also unheard of. The only way to get onto a goldmine offer off rip is to basically do it through connections and your network. When you do this and you get the right community and you have someone with basically 10 plus years of experience guiding you, who's walked the path before you, and he's telling you do X, do X, do X, and you can follow it, and you follow it with obsession, vision, and intention, you are bound to be successful far, far quicker than anyone else trying to do it on their own. And that is why this is so good, and that is why I recommend it, and that is why I did it myself, because I want to be living my dream life as soon as possible, and I am now, and it is because I found someone who had walked the path before me and I walked in their footprints. The main reason why people don't do this is because there is a barrier to entry. There is normally a price tag, because when you have no value and nobody cares about you and there's nothing that you can do to provide value, the only way you really can do that is financially. And people don't want to play to play. They don't want to work a job and save their money and then invest that in themselves. But you're going to go out on the weekend, get drunk, and do all this bullshit and not invest in yourself. It is super important that you save your money and you invest in your knowledge and in your experience and in your education out of the traditional norm. Now, like you guys know, I was broke at the time when I got started this. I probably had $2,000 at most, and I actually put that in and actually had to put down a payment plan and pay it off over time, which was meant to be a 3-month payment plan. It ended up being like a 6-month payment plan because I was so dead broke, but I knew it was going to pay off. And now I make that investment that I initially invested every single week, almost every single day. The reason I always harp on about mentors is because I've seen people waste months and in some case years because they want to do everything on themselves. They're too skeptical and they're too afraid to invest in themselves, and they end up losing years of time. You do not have time to waste. You need to be living your dream life as soon as possible, because the sooner you get to live your dream life, the longer you get to experience more experiences and more beauty that there is in life. Now, this whole business model in general, it is only going to work if you do. Sales is commission based. You eat what you kill. So if you're going to come in and be lazy and be a shitty sales rep, no one's going to want to hire you and you're going to fail. And no one's actually going to refer you, and you're not going to get any roles or connections through your network if you're a lazy or shitty sales rep. Once again, getting a mentor and getting in an agency was the best decision I ever made, and I highly recommend it. If you want to watch this video and go try to do it on your own, be my guest. This is exactly what I would do if I had to start again from zero. I wouldn't change anything. I would still invest in myself. I still think this is by far the best way to start to work towards financial freedom and also have longevity in the space. You now have all the information in your hands that you need to go make money online. It is up to you what you do with it. See you soon, my friend.